Yeah, so what we're gonna talk about is credit relationships. And the key word here is relationship. Yes. When we hear the word relationship dealing with men and women, we know and understand that 9 times out of 10 it's the man pursuing the woman. And this is no different here, right? The man in this case is just gonna be us, right? This is we're somebody that is looking to pursue a relationship with a bank, which is going to be the woman, because the bank, right, has something that we have, right? A woman has something that a man wants, right? So the man pursues her. So we're taking that same approach because we don't understand that these financial institutions, they got money, they got credit, they got lines of credit, they got access to mortgages and all of these other things that we want, right? Yeah, so we want to make sure that at the end of the night, yes, at the end of the night, we are able to obtain the things that we want. No difference from a man. At the end of the night, you know what he's trying to get. He's trying to lock it in, man. He's trying to lock down for life. And that's what we trying to do. We trying to establish a everlasting relationship, right, with our financial institution. So in order to do this, we got to do what? We got to stand out. And the reason we got to stand out is because we know and understand that every financial institution, they good. It's like that girl that she got it together. She got her own money. She got her own crib. Like, she's good. Like, if she never meets you, and you may be the man of her life, but if she never meets you, she's going to be cool. No difference from the bank. You may be a cash cow for them, but if they never meet you, in their minds, they're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. So the fact that they're going to be all right, they're not pursuing you, right? But they will allow you to pursue them as long as there's some benefits in it for them. Sounds familiar, right? A female will allow you to take her out on a date. Why? Because she likes to eat. She likes to go nice places, take pictures on Instagram, right? This is beneficial to her. She likes mimosas. She likes brunch. She likes these things. She likes to dress up. So she will allow you to take her out on a date. Now, she's not only going to allow you to take her out on dates, she's going to allow other people to take her out on dates too, right? She's single. She's living her best life. Okay. But we want to stand out. So we know these financial institutions, they deal with a lot of people. They allow a lot of people to take them out, right? But how are we going to stand out? In a room full of men, in a room full of women, but there's one that you want, how do you stand out? You got to ask out on a date. So this is what we're going to do. Essentially, we're going to ask these financial institutions out on a date. Yes, we're taking them out on a date. We're gonna date them for 6 months. That's the timeline that we put in. We're gonna dedicate 6 months into vetting these financial institutions because at the end of the day, we trying to get what they got, man. We trying to get what they got. So we're gonna start it off when we take them out on a date. You know, they want to go somewhere nice. We're gonna take them somewhere nice. That's cool, right? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna become a member of their institution. We're going to open up a checking account, right? So when we go out on a date, we're going to order a glass of wine or a cocktail, you know? What they drink, a martini, right? Yeah, that's what we're going to order. We're going to order drinks, right, to start it off. But also we're going to order some appetizers, which is your savings account. So when you walk into a new financial institution, you're going to open up a checking account and a savings account, right? You're going to put a little bit of money in both of them, right? And the reason we want to put some money in both of them because guess what? Whenever you make a deposit into a bank, they can lend out 90% of whatever you deposited. Yes. And then they make money off that 90% and then they turn around and give you 0.01 interest. We know this. We know when we see our bank account, our statements, we don't make that much money off interest. But I can assure you that the bank charges you interest if you want to go get a loan, right? So we know this. We cool with that. We not tripping. We not tripping how much the drinks cost, right? We not tripping that she ordered the 1942. You know what I'm saying? We not tripping. We're not tripping because we know we got a 6-month plan. So what are we going to do next? We're going to order the main course. So the main course in terms of this financial dating is we're going to get a certificate deposit, also known as a CD. So why are we getting a CD? Well, we're getting a CD because at the end of the day, we in this too. We looking for a benefit too, right? So we like to get dressed and go out and stuff too, you know what I'm saying? But the reality of the situation is we like to make money too. So a certificate deposit allows you to make way more money than you're going to make in your savings account, depending on what the rates are. So currently the rates are like 4 or 5%. So that means if you put $10,000 in a certificate deposit account in 6 months, or whatever the term is, it could be 12 months, it could be 18 months, it could be 36 months. It depends on what the term is, right? You're going to guarantee make this percentage on your money, right? So if we put 10,000 in, and let's say the term that we pick is a year, and the yield is 5%, we know that every $10,000 that we put in a certificate deposit, we're gonna bring back 500 on top of the 10,000, right? So it's cool. It's light, but it's, you know, it's the meal. It's the main course. We still getting to know each other. We having a conversation, you know. But they're feeling good because now they're like, dang, he fuck with me, man. You know what I'm saying? He rock with me. He allowed me to order whatever drink I wanted, right? I never tasted 1942. This is what she said. She never had the, you know, she never had the Clase Azul. She never had shots of that. Now she has, right? She's never ate artichoke dip, right? But you put her onto the artichoke dip because normally she goes and gets the wings as an appetizer. You like, nah, try this. You know what I'm saying? Try a crab cake, right? Like, yeah, right. So you started slow rolling, and then the main course, you like to order whatever you want, man. Order the surf and turf. Get the lobster tail and the salmon. Yeah, so she's feeling better. She's feeling better. Now, it comes from dessert. It's time for dessert, right? Here comes time for dessert. So you like, yo, let's order a dessert, right? You order a dessert. Like you help her pick out a dessert. Now you don't order 2 desserts. You order 1, but you get 2 spoons so that y'all both can eat. You know, so you can get more intimate. So you can further your relationship. So guess how we're gonna further this financial relationship? What we're gonna do, if we're on a business side, we're gonna make sure that we make weekly deposits. Weekly deposits of $50 to $100, something like. We just want to keep putting some money in that business bank account. But if it's on a personal side, right, and you got a job, we want to make sure we get direct deposits into that account, right? Yeah, we want by the time we eat dessert, we want this person to feel good about the relationship that we potentially could have in the future. That's what we want to establish with these banks, with these credit unions. We want them to feel good, like, yo, you know what? I like, yo, Mr. McCoy, I just met him, 6 months ago, but I'm feeling good about where this potentially could go from a business standpoint and a personal standpoint, or one or the other, right? It doesn't have to be both. So now, after 6 months, after you don't put your time in this 6 months, you already know. You know what time it is, man. You're ready to cash in on your hard work, effort, and energy, right? So what do you do after 6 months? So after your certificate deposit, right? Let's say you did a 6-month one instead of 12-month one. Let's say you did a 6-month deposit and it matured. You now go get your money out, right? Now, when you go get your money out, remember, you got 6 months of history of direct deposits. You purchased a certificate deposit, even though you made a couple dollars on it, they made some money on it too, because your money was guaranteed to be in there for 6 months or 12 months, whatever term that you chose. But in this case, 6 months we using as an example. So for 6 months, they was able to hold on to your money and lend it out. That 90% of your money was able to lend out with no worries of you coming to get your money. But if you did happen to come get your money, they would have made interest on it. But we didn't do that because we was building a relationship. And you also have a checking and a savings account with us, right? So now you want to apply for a credit card, right? Now you want to apply for a line of credit, right? Maybe you want a mortgage. Now you want a mortgage, right? You want an auto loan. They got something that you want. Whatever it was that you had your eye on when you first seen, right? This person, right? When you first seen this financial institution, when you first thought about how your relationship with this individual institution was going to go, yeah, now we here. Now we asking. And guess what? If you do it that way, you're more likely to get what you want. You're more likely to get the premium version of what you want, right? So there's a difference between meeting a banking institution and meeting a credit union representative and asking for credit the first time you meet them, right? It's no difference when you meet a female and that first night, y'all caught a vibe, but then, she might not be that type. Now, some banking institutions are that type, right? But she might not be. We not stereotyping these financial institutions into the category of the woman who is that first nighter, right? We're saying this is the wine and dine. You got to take your time, right? And the reason is because we want to make sure she may be a first nighter, but if we spent 6 months, guess what we did? We treated her different than anybody else had treated her, right? Most people who are banking, they don't do this. I know from my personal experience, whenever I found myself getting involved with a new institution, Like I'm asking for what I want, like quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? After I do the checking and the savings, the CD, nah, I ain't doing none of that. Like, yo, what's up? I got good credit though. You know what I'm saying? I'm already, because I'm walking in like I'm the catch, which there is a flip side to this, right? Sometimes you get offers in the mail, right? Every once in a blue, a female will take a man out. She will vet a man, right? She will wine and dine him, right? So that's how that's how I like to be treated. But I do also understand that every relationship that I've ever had, it wasn't only the females trying to seek me out. I seen things that I wanted that I went to seek out. So I'd rather take that approach, because with that approach, you're in control. You're not in control of how many pre-approval letters you're going to get, right? You're not in control of that. But what you are in control is of how many institutions you could go bank at, how many institutions you could start a relationship with, right? So when you first walk in there, you want to meet somebody, you want to shake their hand, and you want to look them in the eye and say, hey, my name is Mr. McCoy. What is your name? Oh, Lisa, how you doing, Lisa? How long you been working? You want to ask a couple questions, right? Hey, how long you been working? You like it here? Is it quiet? Is it busy? Oh, I never heard of this place. Oh, interested. Who's the owner? Who's the founder? You starting a relationship. So realistically, that's what this was all about. I want you to understand that it's not overnight. And like I said, there are things that you can get overnight. But for the most part, you got to take your time. You got to wine and dine. You know what I'm saying? You got to do drinks, appetizer, main course. You got to do the dessert, right? Remember, get one dessert, 2 spoons, right? And you may go to the hookah spot after that, right? You may have to go to the hookah spot after. You may have to buy some more drinks, right? Her friends might come. You might got to buy her friends some drinks. But the whole point is you establishing a relationship, because once she tell her friends about you, right? Once she tell her friends about you, now guess what? You potentially could go bank with her friends. And I'm not saying that this is how you should move, but we know the reality of the situation, right? When we're dealing with relationships, we know and understand that if you lock in the main one, you're going to have a relationship with the friend. Yes, the friend is going to be your friend, right? Because if you do bad, she's going to be like, hey, you did bad. If you do good, she's going to be like, hey, you're doing good. Keep doing what you're doing. And there's no difference here. So I want you to understand that. And this philosophy I got from a guy's name is the Radical Marketer, right? Like this brother, he calls it credit gardening. And I love it. I'm just switching it up, like, because when I thought about it, as soon as I heard credit gardening, I just thought about dating. I just thought about like, yo, you really want to establish a relationship with these institutions, because that makes you stand out. Most people just open up a checking and savings, and that's it. They're not even looking for nothing, right? Or they come out looking for something off the rip, right? The person that I got a mortgage with my house, I don't have any other products from them. I went to them with my hand out. Now, like I said, I went to them with my hand out. It was a good looking hand. So they was interested. You know what I'm saying? But maybe your hand isn't that good looking. And I'm just gonna add a couple pointers in there, right? So let's just say if you're an individual who just now starting out your credit, during that phase of where we were buying a certificate deposit, you can, instead of get a certificate deposit, you could go get your secure credit card, right? Put your money down, get a secure credit card. And then after they give you your money back, when your credit card becomes unsecured, then go get the certificate deposit, right? And then once that matures, you go and ask for an auto loan, or you go and ask for a line of credit, or whatever it is. Or maybe you go ask for a higher amount on your secure credit card, right? That's the way I would play it from that standpoint. Now, if you like a big Willie and you really try to make a splash, you really out here, you know how it is, man. Sometimes you could stand out by making a splash. Well, guess what? When you're dealing with credit unions, not so much as banks, because like Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, like all of your big joints, your JP Morgans, like they deal with like people who got like 250,000, 500, 2, 3, 4 M's. Like they deal with big clients, right? So not saying they don't deal with small clients, but the point that I'm saying is if you're balling, you're trying to make a splash, and let's say you got 25,000 that you've been saving up, take your 25,000 out your other account and go put it in your new account. But when you do it, you go ask to speak to the account manager, right? Yo, is there an account manager here? Yeah, I want to speak to somebody, that's been here for that's kind of high up, because I'm looking to bank here. I got 25,000 now. I'm striving to deposit, but I'm not sure if this is the right place for me. I, like to have a conversation with somebody, and they gonna roll it out. That's how you can splash. So I would say, to start it all off with, remember I said open that checking and that savings, and I said, throw something in there. When I said throw something in there, it's like anywhere from 50 to 500 in each account. But if you're looking to make a splash, what you want to do is go drop that 25 racks in that account, speak to that manager, and you legit. There it is, man. We're relationship building with financial institutions, and when it's all said and done, we gonna sleep good at night.